the ultimate. He's a genius. He's in the company of people like Charlie Parker. They're like, I wouldn't say he's as great as Charlie Parker, but he was, had he lived, as far as, because I'm not talking about his ability to play the saxophone. I'm talking about his ability to create music, to write music, because he was a lot more than just a saxophone player. What I hear in Parker and Coltrane is, Parker's like the beginning of something, and Coltrane's like the end of something. And the thing that Coltrane is the end of that development that Parker started. And at the end, at Coltrane's ending, he was having visions, he was seeing the future, and he was advocating and playing into the future. As a percussionist, I was studying elements of rhythm that Train happened to be involved with, because he had Alvin Jones as a drummer. And when I met him, we were talking about that, and I just happened to hit a nerve, because I thought I could play the drums, but I wasn't even nowhere near ready. He was at Planet Peps, and I approached him because I wanted to play with that group for years. I just thought that was my spot, and I said, one of these days I'm going to get that job. And I was talking with him on a break, and we were talking about cross rhythms, and I was talking about what he thought about it. He would say, well, he's up to here. It was a little. He said this to me, with the stuff that Alvin's doing, he wanted more. And I'm sitting there, I say, oh yeah, well, this, you can this one and that one, and it goes this way and this way. And he's questioning me, and I had all the right answers and everything. So he said, well, I'm going to invite you to a rehearsal. Give me your name and address and everything. And I thought no more of that. And like I told you before, a few months later, I happened to stumble in there after school at Pep's, Monday matinee. And the bartender and McCoy was standing there. They pointing to me as I walked in the door. He's pointing me out to McCoy. And McCoy, Train had sent McCoy a message to look me up, because Alvin wasn't going to be there, and he wanted a replacement. And he said, I want to try this young guy. I never heard him before, but I want him. And so I walked in, and the guy said, there he is, right there. So McCoy said, you want him to play? I said, yeah. He said, well, Train, Alvin can't make it, and his drums are at the airport, or something happened, and he can you make it? I said, yeah, I'll make it, And that was my worst nightmare, because I got up there and thinking, that I could play that music, and from the very first piece, which I used to practice with him, he could never call it a better piece. What was it? Impressions. And man, it was like a herd of buffalo stampeding over top of me. The time was so fast. I was so embarrassed up there, the whole set. And I wanted to cry, I wanted to black out. There was no stopping the bike. Everybody just, so, and then when it was over, I thought I would be fired. It just went on and on and on all week, and I was hoping that he would fire me. Just play more. I'll go to Jymie Garrison. I said, because I knew it wasn't happening. Well, what did John say? He said, play more. Well, play more, baby, just play more. This went on all week long. Friday night, Alvin comes in. So then they had two drummers, me and Alvin. So the stuff that I knew about, the cross rhythms, the other cross rhythms, once Alvin came in, turned the pots on, the lights on, because I couldn't turn the lights on the whole week. I just didn't have that. I didn't. And so Alvin came in, and I was able to connect with him and ornamentate around him and do different things that sounded good. To them, my ego was crushed, because I wanted to do what Alvin was doing, and I couldn't do it.